This is the LAV 3. A light assault vehicle used by modern mechanized infantries. It's called light because it weighs less than a tank. But it's plenty tough and can handle the assault part too. At this Canadian Forces base in Petawawa, Ontario, the men and women of the 2nd Mechanized Combat Brigade are training for a tour of duty in Afghanistan. The conditions may not be identical between the two countries, but the challenges for the machine are the same. Move across rugged terrain without breaking down, find and destroy threats in the hills, and work as a team with the soldiers it carries. Armies around the world rely on this machine because of the way they protect and deliver troops. Let's see how it works. The LAV 3 is a miniature army base on wheels. It comes equipped with tires and a suspension system that lets it climb pretty much whatever it wants. And an engine that can top 100 kilometers an hour. Not bad for a machine that weighs 5 tons more than a school bus. These mechanical details make sure troops arrive fast, safe, and ready to fight. Whether hunting or fighting the enemy, gathering information, or rebuilding vital infrastructure, there's no substitute for feet on the ground. And delivering those feet is what this machine is all about. The carrier hold of the LAV 3 takes up to 7 personnel, and it's a tight fit. Add to that the machine's crew of 3, commander, driver, and gunner. Carrying that number of troops is a big advantage. Smaller vehicles may be fast and cheap, but they carry fewer personnel, and they don't offer nearly as much protection. The LAV's thick outer skin is designed to stand up to 50 caliber fire and more. Fully armored, the LAV weighs in at a hefty 17 tons. Its large fuel tanks allow it to travel almost 500 kilometers without needing to refuel. And it can maneuver well in tight spaces. Critical for working in urban environments and for getting the job done no matter what surface it's on. The tires are positioned close together to mimic tank tracks. This allows the LAV to cross a 2-meter wide trench. And onboard compressors can deflate the tires for slick terrain where extra surface area is needed. Fully independent suspension keeps the ride rolling. But tough terrain isn't the real threat. What's on it or under it is. These days, that means improvised explosive devices and car bombs. If there's suspicious activity on the road, 2 hatches allow troops to keep an eye on anything sneaking up from behind. The rest of the crew keeps focused on what's ahead of them. With crack soldiers on board, it's easy to stop, establish a perimeter, and check out potential trouble. And if you're heading into sniper country, batten down the hatches. From inside, drivers and gunners use advanced periscopes to get clear views without exposing themselves to enemy fire. Driving the machine is pretty much like handling any heavy-duty vehicle. It comes with a big steering wheel, gas pedal, brake, and gear shift. With all this power and mobility, light assault vehicles have become a vital part of modern infantry strategy. LAVs normally conduct offensive operations as part of a combat team. The machine's high mobility and toughness make it ideally suited to support unit movements. Once troops hit the ground, the LAV turns into a mobile command center, at the ready to provide backup in any way it can. One thing the LAV 3 does not do a lot of is retreat. When combatants see a line of these guys rolling in, their usual response is to turn and head for the hills. Speed, handling, heavy armor, big guns, and a belly full of soldiers makes this a machine to be respected. Where does it all go? Recycling machines help answer the question. Next.